wait, you need to stop talking. Mr. Griffin, are you Mr. Griffin or not?
I am Anthony of the Griffin family.
Are you the Anthony Griffin that is charged? Stop a second here. If you keep talking over me, we're going to cancel this.
Matter of fact, Your Honor, are you responsible for your...
Alright, buckle up because this sovereign citizen might be the most entertainingly unhinged one yet. This dude goes full conspiracy mode and won't stop steamrolling the judge with nonsense. He hits every cliche in the book tonight. He's black, claims he's a living man, and rambles like he's on a podcast no one asked for. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Do sovereign citizens actually believe this stuff? Or are they just trolling the courts for fun? Let me know in the comments, because this courtroom just turned into a stand-up set for the legally delusional. Let's dive in and watch this madness unfold.
The appearances, please.
Assistant District Attorney Jack Schneider for the state of Wisconsin.
And you're Mr. Griffin, is that correct?
No, I'll say Mr. Griffin comes now a living man and the Griffin family.
All right, so Mr. Griffin,
Expression.
wait, you need to stop talking. Is Mr. Griffin hearing today? Are you Mr. Griffin or not?
I am Anthony of the Griffin family.
Are you the Anthony Griffin that is charged? Stop a second here.
Ask me a question, I'm answering.
Okay, I don't want you to answer it anymore. I want a yes or no answer to a question. Okay, and the question is, and I have to get the case back in front of me. I'm sorry, but bear with me. Lost my calendar. I have a simple question for you.
25 CF 939.
Are you Anthony Griffin with a date of birth of August 20th, 1985?
I am not the entity Anthony Griffin. I am the executive of the estate. I do not need to be.
All right. Well, we'll have to set this over and hold you in custody then until we can have a later hearing.
As I've been held for 72 hours without seeing the judge. That is unlawful.
But you're not Anthony
So
Griffin.
you are agreeing to violate my common law rights. Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking you to. Let's do this. Okay. I'm going to find probable cause that this is Mr. Griffin. That is acting in an obstructing way, but we'll go ahead. Do you have a copy of the complaint there in front
I
of you?
don't think that you're obstructing my justice.
Your objection is noted. If you keep talking over me, we're going to cancel this.
I just want to state the facts. Do you not want these facts to be stated on the case? Am I not allowed?
You're not allowed. No, you're not allowed to talk about it.
Attorney. I am not.
Okay, let's hold him in front of me. We're canceling this hearing. You're going to have to
That's
tell
okay.
You're not willing to cooperate. Make a record.
to show that you're violating my rights. Let the record show that.
Record will note that he refused to cooperate so that an initial hearing could be conducted.
So yeah, that circus was his first appearance after sitting in jail for 72 hours. And why? Because my man refused to sign a simple form just to be seen by the judge. That's not rebellion, that's just daycare with handcuffs. I've got to give props to the judge. Here he didn't let the nonsense drag on like open mic night at a flat earth convention. He shut it down fast. No rambling, no back and forth, just clean, sharp justice. But somehow, the sequel is even wilder. Let's get back in and see how this sovereign citizen manages to top his own chaos. In round 2,
So we'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Anthony Griffin Jr. That's 25 CF 939 appearances.
So we mark up the state.
Understand where the defendant's office refers to Mr. Griffin has indicated that he wants to take care of his own case. Right? Is that right, Mr. Griffin?
I'm not Mr. Griffin. I'm Anthony of the Griffin. I have the power of attorney for him. I do not have a question for the court. I'll be allowed to speak freely or will not speak freely.
Oh, you get to make a statement on bail, but we're going to do this in an orderly fashion. But you're indicating that you're not Mr. Griffin. That's just not how you identify yourself.
It's not about me identifying myself. It's about all caps. I actually have a name for this for being created. This is not me. I also do not reveal his address. I'm also not a black man. A lot of things on here totally wrong, which is not at all. My weight is not 240 pounds. All this information is false. But as for the record, all savings for the record comes down to living man and looks at the family. Sure, there is appropriate son status. Parents presently continue to record our support. I'm not to be mistaken with the all caps state as I'm the executive office. and also was a sole beneficiary of the state. I filed my power of attorney with the court, and I'm ready to proceed. Let the record show that I did not agree to be surety for the debt entity as it was created from the state and was given to me with not representation of. I am not only owed debt to the United States or to the state of Wisconsin. Further, I'm not a flight risk. The only reason I was supported would be the failure of the court to notify me of said date. Furthermore, on being detained, I made it very clear to Officer Gilson that I wanted my rights read. Officer Gilson first refused after we asked him twice to know if he read me my rights. After Officer Gilson read me my rights, I made it very clear to him that I wanted my attorney present with the sheriff. Officer Gilson then replied, "They won't come." I made it very clear to him that continuing to talk to me without my attorney present and the sheriff present would be a violation of my civil rights and my constitutional rights. He ignored me, fact, and continued to be arrested as a violation of my law, the rights, and protocol that he agreed to follow as an officer. I was pulled over while traveling in a private automobile. The plates read, DOT exempt, do not detain private travel. I made it very clear to him that he does not have jurisdiction to gain enforcement. I was never properly identified as a suspect. My fingerprints were taken under direct arrest order after I told them I did not want my fingerprints or paper taken until I have a court order from the judge. I do not argue with any of the facts in this charge. This is not me taking at a plea. It's accepted for value and returned for value while the charge in this case, and use my exemption for discharge itself and it's order to me immediately.
Okay. Well, I think there's at least a reasonable inference on the record that the person known as Anthony Griffin is the same individual in front of me. When they called Anthony Griffin's case, he came out of the holding cell. I don't know why he would do that if he's not. I gave you an opportunity to speak.
This right here is why sovereign citizens get clowned so hard online. You try to reason with them, show them respect, and what do they do? Interrupt, object, and spiral into more gibberish. Arguing with them is like talking to a Magic 8-Ball program to say no on loop. This guy legit says he's not a black man, and starts ranting about his fingerprints like he's in a sci-fi movie. At this point, he could say he's a microwave, and I'd be like, sure, why not? If anyone out there can decode what this dude's talking about, drop it in the comments, because I'm losing brain cells by the minute.
I'm speaking now, sir.
This is exactly why nobody likes sovereign citizens, man. Like, they just argue to argue. When you actually show them some respect and try to hear them out like a normal human being, they just object the second you try to respond to their nonsense. There's literally no winning against a sovereign citizen. I swear, it's like arguing with a Magic 8-Ball that only says no. Like, this dude was straight up rambling about his fingerprints and claiming he's not even a black man. And I'm sitting here colorblind like, bro, you could tell me you're a toaster and I'd have to take your word for it. Like, somebody let me know in the comments if he's lying, because at this point, I don't even trust my own eyeballs. This whole thing he's doing just feels like a prank that's way too far gone.
You can object, there's no basis for it. I'm looking at the court records. Please don't interrupt. I'm looking at the jail records.
The Trust Act of 1666 says that once somebody claims their estate, you are to relinquish all of the things to them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's okay. We don't know what I'm talking about. That also means that this
You
is not
can file your
also
written
means
motion.
it's not a competent court with jurisdiction, not challenging jurisdiction under Federal Rule of Procedure 5.1.
It's denied. The booking photo and the filming records match the particular individual. I'll find a probable cause.
Can be board over
And where would you like us to send mail, sir?
you already have mail.
Okay,
53532.
thank you.
I have a record.
What's the state's position on bail?
Thank you, Your Honor. In this case, the state is asking the court to impose $1,000 fine bail with the condition that the defendant be prohibited from possessing any dangerous weapons as defined by the Wisconsin statutes. It's my understanding that the defendant posted $5,000 cash on his current pending case and then failed to appear in court. He is alleged to have refused to identify himself and has committed a crimes while out on cash bail, which is, as we know, a criminal violation.
I object.
It's our position that
Let her finish. We can't have this hearing. We are talking over people. We're trying to record it. What's the basis for the
The
objection?
basis for the objection is the fact that she has no basis of knowing who I am. I don't know who she is.
All right.
She's not even
The objection's overruled. I
I
ruled it, Mr. Griffin. Let her finish.
As far as that failure to appear, Your Honor, looks like a consent warrant for a body only hold was issued on January 27th of this year in County Case 24 CF 907. That warrant was not served until almost 3 months later on the 17th of April this year.
So Your Honor, they're sure or not that when somebody has a court date that they have to be served court date so they know they stay? Or is it okay to actually set a court date without notifying the defendant or the accused and then locking them up?
All right, and I gather you're alleging that Judge Highland did not send notice to you.
No, there's no certified anything. There's no documented proof of service of anything of that date. I went to every previous court date, and I don't skip court date. He didn't show up for the last 3 court dates prior to that, and I actually put in a motion for failure to prosecute. Yet they still moved forward as if nothing was placed in, and no one came to court except for me and the prosecutor, and the judge was hiding in the back, whatever the case may be. I filed an abatement just to let them know I'm not the person who they're looking for, but yet I keep getting trampled over in court. My rights keep trampled over in court. You have this person standing to the left of me who knows me not at all, and yet I would like her to take the stand and talk about how she knows me personally. You cannot be up in the court here.
Well, we're not going to be
She's
doing
acting
any of
as
that.
a statement. She is not the same. I know her not. So
And of course, he's confused. Confusion is basically the starter pack for sovereign citizens. This guy walked into his arraignment like he was about to headline WrestleMania with his nonsense. Honestly, I feel bad for the prosecutor she didn't sign up for this level of ridiculous. Just being near this guy has got to be mentally exhausting. It's either contagious or character building. I haven't decided yet, but real talk, if surviving this doesn't earn you a paid vacation and a therapy voucher, I don't know what does. Shout out to her for keeping it together.
All right, well, it looks like they mailed notice to the address that you had on file at the time. So, but you're going to have to take that up with Judge Highland. That case is not before me. Looks like he's issued a body-only warrant. You can't get released on that until you have a hearing with Judge Highland in that case. I think given the history, $1,000 cash feels necessary. I will accept that.
I object. It's clear that that's not been violated. We're still moving forward. This is called an obstruction of justice.
Don't
Let
give
the
it your
record
rights
show
have
that
been violated.
everything that I've said.
It's all being recorded, Mr. Griffin.
Dramatic.
You would have the right to a preliminary hearing in 10 days. Do you want that scheduled?
I don't want to sit in jail any longer.
Okay, well, you're going to have to get a
get
hearing in front of Judge Highland on the other case. Right now, you're not allowed to post any cash bail to get released in that particular case. I don't have any authority to do anything with that.
So if you don't have authority, then
You're going to have to address
I object.
that
You don't
case
have
with him.
authority to actually set me a bail. You do not have authority over me. Matter of fact, Your Honor, are you responsible for me or something happens to me?
All right, and I'll also order that you not use or possess dangerous weapons as it's defined by the state
Are you
statute.
responsible for
And because I haven't heard a response, I don't believe we have a waiver. It's time limit to set a time for
Are you
preliminary
responsible
hearing.
for me or something happens?
And we are adjourned.
Okay, since you're not responsible for me, something happens to me, let the record show that you are not. You got it, right? I love it. Bad community can cover us.
There he goes back to his cell like a good little legal scholar. This guy wasn't just playing the sovereign citizen role for fun, he was invested. We're talking fake license plates, bogus IDs, the full fantasy package. But again, props to the judge. He actually let the guy speak because yes, legally, judges do have to give these folks enough room to hang themselves with their own words. And once the crazy came pouring out, the judge stayed cool, calm, and efficient. That's how you handle it. Let them ramble just enough to show they're clueless. Then wrap it up before they start citing Facebook law. Let me know in the comments how you would have handled this. And major shout out to Colin for digging this gem up. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.